Your best kicks for a night of impact benefiting First Shot. Join us for the annual Sneaker Ball presented by Venture Express. Spend Sunday, April 26th with NFL Hall of Famer and Super Bowl MVP Marcus Allen. The event kicks off at 6 with a VIP meet and greet at 5. Reserve your table today. Call Coach Andy Herzer at 615-631-5312. We'll see you at the Sneaker Ball benefiting First Shot on April 26th.
When it comes to your child's health,
you want care that's close, convenient,
and centered around the needs of your family.
At MMC Pediatrics, we're more than just doctors.
We're partners in your parenting journey.
Here for every growth spurt,
for every boo-boo,
every fever, and every flu.
Our team approach means that your child always sees someone that knows them.
We are MMC Pediatrics.
We are right beside you
every step of the way.
If you're not waking up to the Wake Up Crew, here's what you've been missing.
You can only get that on the Wake Up Crew, right?
Yes. No one else is talking about it at all.
Don't miss the Wake Up Crew with John, Brian, and Dalton.
SRM Concrete is the largest ready-mix producer in the country, yet is still family-owned and operated. Locally grown, nationally known, SRM delivers unmatched quality and service. You called, we haul. We're SRM Concrete.
We're the Good Neighbor Network, FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, audio and video streaming at wgnsradio.com. This is Rutherford Issues, hitting right at what matters most to all of us here in the heart of Tennessee. From Murfreesboro to Smyrna, Eagleville to Laverne, Leanna to Barfield, and everywhere in between. If it matters to you, you'll hear about it here on Rutherford Issues. Now your host, Brian Barrett.
Well, hey, hi, and hello there, fun lovers and truth seekers. Welcome in to Rutherford Issues today from WGNS. Glad you are with us. I guess I need to add my video there to our friends on Big G TV. Coming to you from the Middle Tennessee Electric Studios this morning. An unexpected but pleasant visit with Dr. Jimmy Sullivan this morning on the round table that I hosted. So, now that he's not sitting here in front of me, I'll say, my gosh, what just incredible character that he has, and just I don't know. It's when you're around a person like that, you kind of feel something different, right? And that you get that with Dr. Sullivan. I'm sure there's someone out there that doesn't have a kind thing to say, but everybody that I've talked to, it was crazy. I looked up and all of a sudden it said 9:48, and it's like, are you crazy? We've been, so it was good conversation. I'll have it podcast. That was an edition of the show that you get with limited commercial interruption. We talked solid there, so that was fun. Don't get the opportunity to do that. And it was quite the surprise, but it was good. Don't want to let an opportunity to have him in the studio to talk with all of us go to waste. So, with that said, let's shift gears here back to our regularly scheduled programming. And you're thinking, gosh, I like the other one. But anyway, coming to you from the Middle Tennessee Electric Studios, as I mentioned here this morning. And Middle Tennessee Electric wants to remind you that the 25th Annual Earth Day celebration is coming up And it's not this Saturday, but the next, the 18th, 10 to 2. It's on the square. And MTE is going to be providing free hot dogs and popcorn, and the electric griddle food truck will be serving up the gourmet grilled cheese, so you don't want to miss that. They've got interactive energy efficiency displays. It's really free fun for the whole family. And it's Earth Day coming up April 18th on the historic Murfreesboro Square. So we invite you to participate in Earth Day. A lot of fun. It's a big, big thing. What else do we need to share with you here this morning? Well, I guess it's almost time for business news. I'm kind of out of sorts with all this. I was looking for my sheet here to tell you about our good neighbor. Today's good neighbor is Wendell at the Panera on Memorial. We only know Wendell's first name. He's a manager at the Panera on Memorial, so we've kind of narrowed that down, right? He's the SRM Concrete Good Neighbor of the Day for showing genuine hospitality in his thoughtfulness in support to an MTSU student. That student, I wrote this, and it's kind of hard to write this with it being short, but that MTSU student came in, got breakfast, was studying, and then all of a sudden it got into the afternoon, and Wendell came over and, said, hope you're doing okay. Here's a cookie to get you through the rest of your studies, and just that one little touch, someone saw that and then asked about it. And it's like, wow, that's pretty cool. And so they wanted Wendell at the Panera on Memorial to be recognized, and he is today. So congratulations, Wendell. Enjoy a free drink of choice from 7 Brew Drive-Thru Coffee in Murfreesboro, Smyrna, or Laverne as our good neighbor of the day. Today's good neighbor recognition built by SRM Concrete. They're locally grown, nationally known, and they're proud to shine the light on those making the real difference right here in our own backyard. Nominate someone by texting neighbor to 615-893-1450 or just go to wgnsradio.com/good neighbor. Dorothy Owens, our birthday club winner today. Dorothy, hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful birthday. Actually, I remember Dorothy being yesterday. It's Rachel Goodwin. Rachel Goodwin is today's birthday club winner. So congrats, Rachel. Enjoy the banana pudding from Slick Pig. Slick Pig has been open 30 years at 1920 East Main here in Murfreesboro. So happy birthday to you, Rachel. Enjoy being the birthday club winner today. Happy, happy, happy. 19 minutes after 10, time to check your business news.
Good day, Rutherford County. This is Lee Colvin, financial advisor and CFP with Edward Jones. Let's get the latest business news from our financial desk.
General Motors is recalling more than 270,000 Chevy Malibus over a rear-view camera issue. A National Highway Traffic Safety Administration alert says the camera could go blank or show distorted images, increasing the risk of a crash. GM's camera provider also found an issue with the mount that could expose the cameras to moisture. The recall covers model years 2023 through 2025. GM says it will send letters to impacted owners to get a free repair at a dealership. And with just 2 months until the World Cup kicks off in North America, Nestle Toll House is dropping new soccer-themed treats. Fans can score Nestle Toll House's milk chocolatey flavored soccer ball morsels. I'm Jesse Mitchell.
All right, that sounds good. S&P 500 little changed as oil rises. Traders keeping an eye on the U.S.-Iran ceasefire, and at least the UAE oil CEO says the Strait of Hormuz is not open, and Iranians are still controlling access even during this ceasefire. So that news has shaken Wall Street just a little bit. The S&P is up 5.8 at 67.89. NASDAQ ahead 42, 22, 677. The Dow down slightly, 42 at 47,852.
From Wall Street to Church Street, that's the latest business news from the Edward Jones Financial Desk. I'm financial advisor and CFP Lee Colvin. Call 615-907-7056 or stop by our office on South Rutherford Boulevard in the Public Shopping Center.
Now, here's your Rutherford weather forecast.
A look outside the studios of WGNS and 63 degrees. Well, let's make it 67 degrees, shall we? Here at WGNS, let's say 66 at the Murfreesboro Airport. We'll just go there, right? 63 at the Smyrna Airport. Not a cloud in the sky. It is a beautiful, gorgeous day. As we take a look from our studios in downtown Murfreesboro, let's look downtown. Across to the north and west, another beautiful day. The historic Rutherford County Courthouse gleaming there in the distance. What about our forecast details?
Well, Brian, it looks like we'll see mostly sunny skies ahead for us here for this afternoon with a high into the upper 70s. Winds out of the south around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then for tonight, mostly clear with a low near 48. Friday, we'll see some sunshine, a high around 80 degrees. Saturday, plenty of blue skies and sun and a high around 83. Sunday, we'll see some sunshine, high of 84. Then by Monday, mostly cloudy skies, a high around 83 degrees. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Well, you know, we like to look at our Rutherford weather radar. I had forgotten that Dr. Sullivan was a weather nerd. He like me. Can you believe that? That many folks? Just, I don't know. Both went to the same elementary school, early middle school. Weird. But anyway, I feel a connection. We've got our Rutherford weather radar pulled up, and just looking at the next chance of rain, that next chance of rain looks like it's going to be Monday, early morning hours on Monday. That skirts on through, so maybe some rain showers to deal with on Monday. After that, looks like another storm chance by the 15th midweek. This is early in the morning on Thursday. Oh, of course. 7 a.m. It's going to be an overnight deal. Yeah. That's when, it's way too early to be talking about a full week away in terms of severe weather. We're going to have pretty decent weather until about the middle to end of next week. And then how are storms reacting when they get here? That's what we have to deal with, right? So we'll see. Expecting an uptick, we'll be hearing more about in the national scheme of things, severe weather possibilities, especially in the Midwest, towards Chicago, Illinois, St. Louis, in that area as well. It'll eventually come into our area. How angry it is, who knows? But a nice weather day all across the entire state of Tennessee. Can you believe it? And tomorrow, another one. Saturday, another one. Or this is Sunday, I guess. But, yeah. When it's not nice weather on this nice weather map, that doesn't mean necessarily that we're going to have rain or something like that. It's just not sunny all day. Maybe partly cloudy or mostly cloudy, but, today, drenched in sunshine. Love it. Good day to be outside to do a softball game. We'll talk more about that in sports, but check it out. Rutherford Weather online, rutherfordwx.com. That is our website where we have links to the social platforms, YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitch, all there, okay? Also, let me mention that doing a little upgrading on some of those things like that. So I'm working on some ideas for Rutherford Weather just to enhance the website. So you can get to all of that, rutherfordwx.com. The big thing is links to the social platforms, because during impactful and severe weather, we're live on the channel. You'll want to be the first to know about that. So subscribe. It's easy. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything to click that bell icon to be notified after that. after you give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channels, YouTube, Facebook, and X. Like, subscribe. Rutherford Weather will keep you ahead of the next storm, whenever it is, maybe a week away. But we're watching it for you, so you don't have to.
The Atlanta Braves play here. I'm Ben Ingram, and you're listening to Middle Tennessee's home of the Atlanta Braves. News Radio, WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna.
Rutherford Issues on News Radio WGNS.
Well, time to check on the world news, but not before we tell you about our friends at Murfreesboro Medical Clinic and Surgery Center. They bring you the coverage on Big G TV, offering over 20 specialties, several locations, more than 900 associates dedicated to your health. Quality care that fits your life at MMC. Here's your world news from CBS.
CBS Radio News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Cammie McCormick. The ceasefire with Iran has gone from fragile to shaky, with Iran insisting that Israel is violating the agreement by striking Hezbollah targets in Lebanon. CBS's Elizabeth Palmer reports this weekend's direct talks could be at stake.
Fortunately, they haven't said we're going to start shooting again, but they have said, you better cut this out. We want to see an end to the attacks on Hezbollah, or we will not come to Pakistan to start talking with the United States, those negotiations that are supposed to be being led by Vice President Vance.
Authorities say more than 200 people were killed in Israeli strikes on Lebanon yesterday. Britain's Foreign Secretary Yvette Cooper.
We want the ceasefire extended to cover Lebanon. And frankly, I think this is about security of Israel as well as the security of Lebanon and the security of the whole of the Middle East.
President Trump's meeting with the NATO Secretary General yesterday did not appear to appease him. He's still angry at allies for not assisting in the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. Correspondent Nancy Cortez.
The Wall Street Journal is reporting that the White House is now considering pulling U.S. troops out of some NATO countries that the president is angriest at and moving them elsewhere.
Retired Admiral and University of Syracuse professor Robert Murrett.
The NATO alliance is vital. There's no question that it's been damaged just a little bit based upon some of the dynamics that have taken place over the last year or so, but I think it's going to recover.
The cash-strapped Postal Service says it will suspend employer payments for a pension program. Michael Wallace has that.
The agency announced it will temporarily stop making $200 million payments every other week for its employer contributions to the federal employees' retirement system. The Postal Service's chief financial officer says there will be no immediate impact to its current or future retirees. The suspension of those payments should save the cash-strapped agency about $2.5 billion this fiscal year.
U.S. applications for unemployment benefits rose last week. Oil prices are climbing back toward $100 a barrel. And CBS's Jill Schlesinger doesn't expect much change at the pump for some time.
I wish I could tell you the price at the pump would go down immediately. That's not going to happen. It's going to take a couple of weeks to actually see gas prices come down. And again, predicated on the fact that nothing flares up again in the days ahead. But what we do know is, as we say in the biz, we see prices at the pump. They go up by an elevator, they go down by the stairs.
On Wall Street at this hour, stocks are lower. The Nasdaq off by nearly 18 points. The Dow is lower by 120 points. This is CBS News.
It's one of the most successful law and justice programs in television history that continues to uncover the truth. 48 Hours, Saturday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
A tip of the hat to a famous White Sox fan. Here's CBS News correspondent Deborah Rodriguez.
Pope Leo's been open about his allegiance to the home team. Last summer, he ribbed a Cubs fan in St. Peter's Square, yelling they lost. Last month, he yelled, "God bless the White Sox," at another fan. The White Sox say they'll honor the Pope with a hat giveaway August 11th. The topper will be fashioned after his ceremonial pointy white mitre, but this one will be black and green with the team's logo in the middle and 2 hanging streamers in the back. Say a prayer for fans who'll have to buy tickets in one of 5 designated sections at Rate Field to get their hands on one. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
The emperor penguin has been declared an endangered species as climate change pushes them a step closer to extinction. They rely on sea ice to live, hunt, and breed. I'm Cammie McCormick, CBS News.
Hi, I'm Clarissa Smith, candidate for School Board Zone 4. This election is about the quality of education our children receive today. We must get back to the basics and ensure our students focus on academic excellence. I'll stand for high standards and a student-first approach every single day. I'm Clarissa Smith, humbly asking you for your vote for School Board Zone 4.
Paid for by Friends of Clarissa Smith, School Board Zone 4. Clarissa Smith, Treasurer.
This is Pastor Nikki Ajapong, lead pastor of Holy Hill Chapel.
Here are sermons on WGNS Sunday night at 7:30.
Our sermons are loaded with the keys of the kingdom. If you don't have the keys, you'll be stranded.
Visit Holy Hill Chapel, tn.org to hear our podcast.
Fresh cut greens and oven warm bread. Jars of sweet jam will be ready. Good food, good folks. Flavors that shine from winter's chill to spring sunshine. Every Friday, feel the spark. Rutherford County Market at Lane Agri Park.
Local farmers with local meats, vegetables, and other produce at the Winter Spring Rutherford County Farmers Market every Friday through April.
You'll find it there from frost to bloom the seas and sing. We're winning tough and welcoming spring. So bundle up and make your way every Friday at Lane Agri Park.
At the Lane Agri Park in Murfreesboro.
Are you looking to buy or sell real estate? I'm Betsy Maples with Maples Realty and Auction, and we've been selling property in Middle Tennessee since 1969. Whether it be traditional listings, sales, or auctions, let us visit your property and help you decide what method is best for your situation. Call Maples Realty and Auction today, because it's our people that's the difference.
Maples Realty and Auction.
Sold Maples Realty and Auction.
This is News Radio WGNS Prime Time Sports.
Sponsored by the law offices of John Day. Our expanded office location is on Medical Center Parkway, just across the street from the hospital. If you've been injured, call us for a free consultation at 867-9900.
All right, well, last night we had a fun night at the ballpark. Myself and John Dinkins, we were at Siegel as the Siegel Stars defeat the Oakland Patriots 11-1 last night in baseball. Siegel improved to 24-2 on the year. They'll play Game 3, the first games of the district slate. We're going to do softball this afternoon. We'll be on the air at 4:50 with Stewart's Creek Smyrna softball, so be sure to tune in from Stewart's Creek tonight or this afternoon. John and I'll get you home if you're doing that afternoon commute and have some early, late afternoon, we'll call it softball action for you. Braves are off today. They'll be back in action this weekend, and we'll have Middle Tennessee baseball for you as they are at Louisiana Tech tomorrow, 5:45, Saturday, 2:45, and Sunday, 12:45 a.m. or 12:45 p.m. air times. You'll hear Dick Palmer with the call, and then after, we'll have Braves baseball in progress. So, how did the Braves fare yesterday? Let's get your Braves morning update.
The Braves won 2 straight to get out of L.A. with the win and finish off a 4-3 road trip. A big day for Drake Baldwin, big series for Drake Baldwin as he knocks another one in. And Matt Olson with a home run and 2 RBI in the final game of the series. How about Grant Holmes on Wednesday? 6 2/3, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. That earned him his first win of the season. The boys return home on Friday. Cleveland Guardians coming in for a 3-game set. Bryce Elder gets the ball for the Braves. He's 1-1, does not have an ERA, has walked 2 and struck out 13 in 2 starts. Slade Ciccone going for the Guardians. He's 0-1, has a 5.23 ERA, 4 walks, and 11 strikeouts. Ford Leadoff Show coverage coming your way at 6 and first pitch from across the street at Truist Park, 7:15 Eastern Time, right here on the Braves Radio Network.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Monty Bolaños.
It was a good night for the Denver Nuggets.
10 in a row for the Denver Nuggets. The longest winning streak for Jokic Murray era and the longest streak for Denver in 13 years. Final tonight from Denver. Nuggets 136, Memphis 119.
Altitude Radio Network on the call. Nikola Jokic also recorded his 34th triple-double of the season. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander dropped 20 points and 11 assists as the Thunder defeated the Clippers 128-110. OKC has clinched the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. The Cavaliers outscored the Hawks 122-116, denying Atlanta's chance to clinch a playoff spot. In baseball, the A's held on 3-2 against the Yankees in the Bronx. The Twins outscored the Tigers 8-6. And in the NHL, the Capitals shut out the Maple Leafs 4-0.
Discover hidden treasures at the Garden Patch Thrift Shop on Spring Street in Murfreesboro. Whether you're searching for stylish clothing, sturdy furniture, or even large appliances, we've got them all at prices that you'll love. But here's the best part. 100% of your purchase supports Greenhouse Ministries, serving over 70 families a day. Your shopping dollars go straight back into the community, making a real impact. Shop smart and give back at the Garden Patch Thrift Shop on Spring Street in Murfreesboro.
Happy Millionaire's Day to you. Happy Millionaire's Day to you. Happy Millionaire's Day, dear Tennessee lottery player. Happy Millionaire's Day to you and many more. Want the chance to celebrate $1 million win again and again? Play the Millionaire for Life game from the Tennessee Lottery. With drawings every day, you could win $1 million a year for life. Talk about a gift that never gets old. Millionaire for Life from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
This message brought to you by the Central Tennessee Regional Solid Waste Planning Board. Visit RecycleRightTN.com for tips, ideas, and locations on where to recycle near you.
Don't be trashy, recycle classy, recycle right, Tennessee.
Recycling isn't just about tossing materials in a bin. It's about knowing which materials are accepted. Go to RecycleRightTN.com.
Recycle right, Tennessee.
Access Tennessee News, I'm Caitlin Jones. Tennessee lawmakers move forward with a bill that would ban the substance kratom, a widely available powder that comes from the leaves of a tree that grows in Southeast Asia. The bill passed the State House of Representatives on Wednesday and now moves forward with a vote in the Senate. Supporters of the bill say kratom is unsafe and addictive, while others say it has helped them with pain management and opioid addiction. The bill would make possessing kratom a misdemeanor and manufacturing or selling it a felony. Knox Area Rescue Ministries is launching a new homeless shelter plan that leaders hope will help more people find housing. The new model replaces what leaders call a permanent emergency shelter approach that allowed some unhoused individuals to stay indefinitely. The new plan allows guests 28 emergency days in a shelter to stabilize and connect with services. After that time, they would need to engage with a case manager every 30 days in order to stay. More news in 30 seconds.
Who says vaping is safer than cigarettes? Science does not support that belief. Vapes can contain a variety of chemicals, flavoring agents, cancer-causing elements, and other harmful substances. High levels of nicotine in some vapes can be more likely to lead to addiction, and chemical ingredients are not always listed accurately on vaping packages. Vaping can also damage your DNA, your heart, your lungs, and even your smile. Enough with the puff. Learn more at ul.org/vaping.
Columbia's annual Mule Day Festival kicks off today, and city leaders are touting higher safety precautions. They'll be using new portable traffic barriers as an extra layer of protection for the large crowds expected for the events. The city says it now has 18 safety barriers designed to keep vehicles out of crowded public areas. City leaders say the barriers were purchased through the state of Tennessee's Violent Crime Intervention Fund grant. The Mule Day Festival events begin today and go through Saturday. Caitlin Jones, Access Tennessee News.
When it comes to your child's health, you want care that's close, convenient,
and centered around the needs of your family.
At MMC Pediatrics, we're more than just doctors.
We're partners in your parenting journey.
Here for every growth spurt,
for every boo-boo,
every fever, and every flu.
Our team approach means that your child always sees someone that knows them.
We are MMC Pediatrics.
We are right beside you.
Every step of the way.
Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
And we are coming to you from the Middle Tennessee Electric Studios this morning with a reminder about the 25th Annual Earth Day celebrations coming up on the 18th, not this weekend, but next, 10 to 2 on the square. Hoping for, well, I guess they would take this weekend's weather for that weekend, right? Because it's going to be great this weekend. They're going to have all kinds of games and activities for the kids. It's just really a fun time on the square, so get out and enjoy Earth Day here on the 18th, 10 to 2, rcearthday.com online. Well, we have some fun things to talk with you about. Angela Tips with mini hats to wear today. And it's always fun when you come in because I feel like I get a little insight to Big Brother.
To the Dinkins family saga. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. He's going to be in a different decade than I am very soon.
Yeah. He's really looking forward to that,
I'm sure he is, and I'm going to really milk it for all it's worth. Yeah.
He was showing me a picture that he had with Allie Grace, and he said, I really look like a grandpa here. And I said, all that's missing is the overalls and straw hats.
I don't think you'll ever see John in overall and straw hats.
Probably not.
No, he's too much of a fashionista.
Probably not. Yeah. But for those who listen to WGNS a lot, John's sister is Angela, or Angela is John's sister.
There you go.
There you go. That's the better way. The Dinkins family has always been known as a very musical family around here. Just about every one of you involved
we all do. Yeah,
I guess so.
Even David, who had a nice voice. I don't think he played a little guitar, but we all played instruments and sang, and some of us made livings as it.
Yeah. Especially you.
Especially me. Thank goodness I can't do anything else. So it's a good thing I got a job.
Well, I guess Nancy did as well in teaching that.
Yeah.
So. Tell me about some of the overviews. We're going to talk about events that are coming up and Middle Tennessee Choral Society. I don't know where you want to start.
Let's go in chronological order. How about that?
Sure.
The most recent, most pressing thing that's going on is in a couple weeks on, I guess it's 2 weeks from Sunday. Yikes. April 26th, Sunday afternoon, my two choirs, the soprano alto choir and the tenor bass choir, are joining together for what we're calling an American Sampler. MTSU and the American Democracy Project is making a real push to celebrate the 250th signing of the Declaration of Independence. But since we're not in school during the summer, we're really trying to do things this semester and then in the fall to celebrate that. So Amy Sayward has been leading the troops to commemorate that in every possible way. So this concert is part of that MTSU celebration, university-sponsored celebration. We'll have a lot of different every piece that we do is by an American composer. So we have some spirituals arranged by African-American composers. We have folk songs like Shenandoah. We're throwing back to the 60s, and we have a Pete Seeger, Wherever All the Flowers Gone. We have a Bob Dylan, Times They Were A-Changin', just really eclectic kinds of music that features what I guess would be our country's fabric of like a soundtrack to American democracy. So we're going to celebrate that on Sunday the 26th at 3 o'clock, free, open to the public. A part of that will be recognizing a group of singers, the MTSU Sacred Harp Singers. Now, if you are a really old-timer in Murfreesboro, you probably know that Margaret Wright, who she and her husband Neil were the department chairs. They
Wright
ran
Music Hall,
the
named after.
Wright Music Building is named after them. And so Maggie, as they called her, had a group from the, late 40s to the 70s called the Sacred Harp Singers. And the Sacred Harp is old shape note singing, an old-timey fa sol la kind of singing. And the Sacred Harp Singers were really MTSU's premier vocal ensemble for a number of years. They sang Appalachian folk tunes, and they sang hymns like shape note singing, but they also did wonderful arrangements of, I can remember my sister Nancy was in that group, and I was just intrigued by this group. And they would sing folk songs, and they'd have dulcimers and zithers and old-timey instruments and things, and went on tour, and they were really about 12 or 15, maybe no more than that, singers that were just sort of the face of MTSU for a long, long time. And when Maggie retired in the 70s, that group disbanded. And we're having a reunion of them.
Oh, nice.
So there are probably 16, 18 people who are coming for lunch right before the concert, and then they'll come to the concert and we'll recognize them. I really wanted to try to get them to sing something, but they went, I don't think that's going to happen. So we'll recognize them because that's a big part of our history as the School of Music and, American history as well.
Yeah.
They were real active in the bicentennial because that was like the year before I think they disbanded. So
that would have been 76.
Yeah,
I guess.
exactly.
So, yeah.
So I think right around that time is when that was their last year or two. And so Nancy's coming, a lot of folks that I looked up to as musicians as the little sister going to all these concerts.
I bet.
So it's a really special event. And
so you can't get them to sing, huh?
I don't think so. Many of them are past their singing age, as they described it.
Yeah.
But we'll at least give them a front row seat and say hey to them.
I wonder how they came up with the name Sacred Harp Singers.
Well, the Sacred Harp is a collection. Mm-hmm. Thank you for asking, because I actually know the answer.
Okay, good.
The Sacred Harp is actually a book of old-timey sacred tunes, like Amazing Grace is in there.
Oh, okay.
And it's in the shape notes, so you've got 4 lines, and the melody is actually in the tenor line, and there's that old shape note singing, like a triangle is fa and a circle is so, and that's not probably right, but that's how they would sing it.
Okay.
And when you go to a Sacred Harp singing, which is still really active today, you sit in a sort of a hollow square, and there's a song leader in the middle, and they'll sing whatever tune they pick on the syllables first, and then they'll go back and sing it with the words. It's a fascinating kind of thing. You can Google Sacred Harp singing.
Okay.
And it's a real fascinating kind of all over the world. I just taught this yesterday to one of my classes, and there's somebody in Washington who's made a video, Washington State, who's made a video of all these places in the Pacific Northwest that are Sacred Harp Singers. So that's where they came from, because their textbook, if you will, came from the Sacred Harp Shape Note Songbook.
Okay.
There's actually a new edition of that we'll have on display for the reunion. Just came out in the fall. So it seemed like it was a timely way to, if there's going to make a new edition of this book, let's call attention to the folks who sang from it a long time.
So, a little music history here, maybe. Yeah. Why did you have symbols instead of music? Is it because they couldn't read that, but they could read the symbols?
I do know that. There were 4 shapes, and fa, sol, la, mi, and then you repeated it. And so in the old time when there were singing schools, because, in the first, when the Puritans came over, they didn't have songbooks. They had the words to the Psalms, but then it was easier to kind of line out like Amazing Grace. Everybody sing Amazing Grace. Well, the singing got really terrible. I mean, a good song leader is great. A bad song leader is really bad, as we know from our church-going experience. So clergy kind of said, let's make some singing schools and let's teach people how to read music a little bit better. And this seemed like the way, the shape notes seemed like an easier way than just learning, every good boy does fine, like Paul Dinkins made me learn,
Yeah.
So it was just kind of a style of how to read music and how to sing those old-timey tunes.
Yeah. I don't know. This question just popped into my head, but I remember in elementary school, we had music, it's very important for everybody to at least have that introduction to music.
It's essential.
Isn't it?
Music, and singing especially. It's great. I'm a big proponent of bands and orchestras. But your voice travels with you the rest of your life. You don't have to have anything to make music if you have a voice. And so I think it's essential for students from kindergarten, even preschool, to learn how to use their singing voice, learn how to read music. It opens up a whole world of literacy, really.
It does help with the literacy.
It does, actually. There are studies that have shown that music and literacy and mathematics, actually, because that spatial relationship, you've got to have a certain amount of rhythm and how you break the beats down into micro beats. There's some real great research, intriguing research about how the arts, especially music, can help with that.
Very interesting.
You're just getting into the weeds here.
I didn't mean to
Brian.
do that.
That's great. I love it.
I've been on the air too long today. I think is what it is so far.
I'm happy I know that at least some of the answers, or I'm making it up enough convincingly.
It sounds
enough that
good.
You think that I'm right? Yeah.
The 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence and tying all that in. That's a really great event. The word you did say the word free in here too.
Yes, absolutely. It is absolutely free. We're going to have probably a lot of folks. With the Wright Music Building, the Hinton Hall seats about 300. And it may very well be full because there are 80 kids on the stage who will bring their parents and their friends. And then because it is an MTSU event and the Sacred Harp Singers will have about 20 or 25 people. So you might want to get there early.
Yeah.
It fills up pretty fast for these, which is fantastic. It's a great celebration. We're going to also honor our seniors, those who are graduating, that have sung in my groups for either 1 to 8 semesters,
Okay. Well, that's awesome. So that's going to be on the 26th, a Sunday afternoon.
Yep.
You do a lot of Sunday afternoons.
I do. We for these two groups, and our new director of bands, band director, Band of Blue director, Dr. Brian Brown, and I were talking about this. We do a Thursday night in the beginning of the semester, along about fall or spring break. But then we do a Sunday one because, families can't get there on a Thursday night. If you live in East Tennessee, you can't get there on a Thursday night concert. So I try to do one Thursday night, makes it easy on the students, but then I do a Sunday afternoon so that mom and dad can come, especially in the spring when we're celebrating that's their last concert. So if we have families that come from Knoxville and on into like Greenbrier and all those Greenville in East Tennessee, and they can get there on a Sunday afternoon where they might not be able to during the week. So
mark your calendars, the 26th, and let's put on your Choral Society hat.
The following week, because I'm a glutton for punishment. once our classes are gone, and we get out the last week of April, that is our last day of class. So once school is out of session, then the Choral Society takes Hinton Hall, and we do a concert. Usually the first Sunday in May or the first Sunday in December. That's also a 3:00 in the afternoon one. This year, because again of the 250th anniversary, I wanted to do some American composers. So we're doing Leonard Bernstein's Chichester Psalms. Now, Bernstein was Jewish, and he wrote this wonderful 3-movement set of psalms in Hebrew that are poignant, that especially the second movement. The second movement is Psalm 23, Lord is my shepherd. Starts with a child soprano, Audrey Perkins, one of my colleague's daughters, who's 6th grader, is going to sing, and has this beautiful melody. And then underneath, the tenors and basses sing this really aggressive, why do the nations rage? I think it's Psalm 84, but I don't think that's right. But it's one of the psalms that juxtaposes, and then the end of it is those two happening together. And especially as we're in a time of war, then to hear those, you can almost hear the the gunshots in their text and their aggressiveness with that childlike melody. It's just eerie, and it's just lovely, and some really poignant moments. So that's the first half that I'll conduct with orchestra. Then I have a dear friend, Brandon Boyd from the University of Missouri, who's coming to do what we're calling Listen, Voices of Songs of Faith and Freedom. And they are music, it's music mostly out of the African American tradition, from different composers, some gospel, some spirituals, some newly composed people that are not idiomatic to necessarily a black experience. But Brandon is coming to do some really spirit-filled kind of acknowledging the path that we have walked as a country and our relationships with black people and formerly enslaved people. So it should be a really heartfelt concert, and it's with orchestra. So this one is free, but we're asking for some donations because we got a big orchestra to pay for. So if you go to our website, mtchoralsociety.org, you can have a place to get your free ticket, because we want to kind of manage that. We're expecting, again, a great big old crowd. So if you can get your free ticket, but there is also, of course, a little way to donate when you put your free ticket there. So mtchoralsociety.org will have information about getting tickets free, and then you are certainly welcome to donate. Okay. But that's at 3 o'clock on that Sunday as well. When you go, because MTSU is a busy place, there's a baseball game that day. And that parking lot is right in front of where we want to be. So we have reserved the nursing lot. It's right at the corner of Falconberry and Champion. You'll see it. It's just kind of the end of the block. And there is a parking attendant there that says, I'm going to the concert. And it's just a quick walk just really across the street from there. So you have some reserved parking to deal with.
But that's good.
It's lovely. It's a lovely thing.
Yeah.
The midget building that was the back of Old Main, they are working on Old Main, and it looks stunning. And so that parking lot has been inaccessible, and it very well may be open by then. I don't want to count on it, but that's really across the street. So we'll have that reserved as well. So plenty of places to be reserved. Just don't be afraid to tell the parking attendants, if we have to, I'm with the band.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's pretty good. I mean, she doesn't let any baseball people. I think there was even a story last year that Chris Massaro, the athletic director, tried to park because there wasn't any parking in the baseball field. And I think he had to find other places because she was pretty committed to it. Don't tell my boss that. But anyway.
That's okay.
They are very helpful in trying to make sure the concert goers get a reserved space.
Well, and that's what you want right there,
for
too.
Sure.
For sure. So that will be a very fun event coming up on May the 4th and
May 3rd.
Or is it 3rd?
It's 3rd, because last year was May the 4th.
Okay.
Because we did all Star Wars things.
Yeah, that is correct. So I'm glad that
that may be wrong on what I sent you.
Yeah, it's all good. I understand. I'm the same way. So wanted to make sure we get that on the podcast here. Folks missed that or came in a little late, so they'll want to know about the two big weekends, and hopefully we'll have some big crowds there, and I'm sure the same about being able to get in and the 300 seats and all. Mm-hmm. So maybe we'll fill the Choral Society event up too.
That'd be lovely.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for your help in promoting all these great events.
Glad to.
I appreciate it.
Always glad to. Angela Tips joining us today here on the show. And friends, that's going to do it for our time here today. Thank you so much for being with us. And we'll be back next time for another edition of Rutherford Issues. We'll see you then.
Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home has served Murfreesboro family.